What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Reem Bean, and we're not in the game room this time. We're actually going to go do a tour here of my eBay office area. I kind of want to go over all my processes and the stations that I have, the little nooks and crannies in this area, just to show you what I do, how I make extra money. This is what I do with all my extra video games and all the other stuff. Me and my wife have started this business a little over a year ago. It's done very well. We turned it into a hobby. Turned it from a hobby into a part-time job, which has done extremely well last year. This year we're going to do it full force and just amp it up and just really bust it out and do as much as we can, because we're doing surprisingly well. I don't know if we're just lucky, but I don't know, maybe we're doing all the steps right. But anyways, I kind of want to go over all the little nooks and crannies here, like I said, and just kind of show you my process. Things are unorganized. You may find things dirty, but hey, it's working for us. But we'll start over here. This is stuff ready to be listed, really. And now it's kind of a hybrid. This is stuff that can be listed or stuff that I can pair with something that I can make bundles. Because as you know, I'm a big video game collector. You've seen my past videos of my game room tours. And that's kind of where all this got started. If I'm at yard sales and, you know, flea markets or Goodwills, and I find, you know, a big lot of video games, what do I do with all the extras I don't have? A lot of times I don't have the means to trade or wait for it, so I'm going to sell it and I'm going to keep amping up that game room. Next thing you know, it turned into this big business where I'm actually making a whole lot of money. But anyways, this is, like I said, a hybrid area where I bundle a lot of things. This I just got in from eBay. This was minus that. This is a huge lot of Atari games. I actually paid like $44 for this. It was 60 games. Included were like Mario Brothers and Pressure Cooker, some more high-end games, which I will actually be able to make money, keep the games that I needed in my collection or did not have, and be able to sell this, make profit, and make my money back. That's what you want to do. You don't want to lose money in this business, obviously, and that's what it turned out for me. For whatever I didn't find at flea markets or yard sales, I would make off of eBay. I would buy these big lots and I would resell it, and I would make my money back plus some and keep the stuff that I wanted. So it's a very simple process. I might do a more in-depth video of that later on. But as you can see, we got I always keep these on hand if I can. These are the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunts. I refurbish NESs. I do a very good job with them. They work perfectly, and I always keep those to bundle them with. That way they have something to play right away. And usually when people buy an NES, that's the first thing they want to play. So make sure Game Gear games that I just haven't done anything with. This is the JFJ Easy Pro. If you do what I do, or you go through a lot of video games, buy this. It's the best decision you'll ever make. It's a disc resurfacer, and it has bought itself ×3. Anytime I have some badly scratched games and they don't play, that usually gets it working, and it does a great job. I think I paid like 120, 130 bucks for it, but it has paid for itself. I got some consoles over here that I need like a random cord for, controller that I keep ready to go. Under here is actually a listed lot of defects. If you do what I do, you're going to have a big box of defects. And I actually got another one. That one's listed. But this one over here is just not complete yet. So I'm going to let that get a little bit more full before I list it. Down here I got a bunch of spare consoles. Original Xbox, PS2. I think there's a Dreamcast back there. This bag is actually full of the AV cables for a Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. You know, they all used all three. It's like 20 in there, and that's the most common cord that I do not have, so I ordered bulk. Do that. If you do what I do, you come across Game Boys. I got multiple screens for GBAs, SPs, an original Game Boy, because you want to swap them. They look good, and they sell quick. Over here, I keep my priority mail boxes and flat rates. These are just some extra area for actual cardboard, which a lot of times we don't use cardboard. I'll show you when we get to the poly mailers what we use. And here is some stuff that is not processed. It needs to be processed, pictured, and all that. And that's an old monitor heater. They don't make those anymore. It works really well. But a whole bunch of stuff here. And now video games is not my whole operation. No, we sell clothes. We sell everything. I tell people I'm a reseller. I sell whatever I can get my hands on. If I can get it for a good price and think I can make a profit, I'll get it and sell it, and it does surprisingly well. I'm sure you noticed in the thumbnail maybe that I got these two fish tanks here. We had a third, but we shut it down. It's a 55-gallon. It's very peaceful in here when you're working to be able to look at these fish, and I've gotten into the hobby of fish, and I think they're awesome. Big old angel fish, and I can actually tell you most of the names of all these fish. Me and my wife are crazy with this. This is Chester the Molester. He is the king angel fish. He's awesome. The Five Guys, they're little tetras. We have, this is very cool. This is a catfish thing I can't remember what it's called, but it's a stick, and it feels like a stick. I call them the dick stick or stick dick. I can't remember what it was. In the back, which is very cool. We've had him since the beginning of this thing. Can't really see him, but he's a pleco, and he's extremely huge. He's like 8 inches. We call him the Plecosaurus. There is a little shark in there. We call him Mr. French. And then there were 3 mollies that we called, what was it, the Dixie Chicks or some stupid shit. I don't know. But we have fun with it. We have another tank over here. And this one's more of a newer tank. And let's see here. We got, can't really probably see anything. I can't remember what those guys are called. My wife got those, but there's a big old loach. We call them the Choder Monster. And then there's Kevin, who is a cunt. Ever since that YouTube video of that guy with that goat, you know, we call him Kevin the cunt because we actually put him in the other tank, and he just couldn't hang out with him without being a dick to everybody. He's big. He's probably hiding. But back to what you wanted to see. I'm just more of me just rambling on. Yeah, there's a random cat tree. I like the cats to have something to play with other than all my eBay stuff. So let them come over here and scratch this rather than my merchandise. I got to keep a bucket out here for when I do water changes on these tanks. You got to keep those regular to keep those fish healthy, because he does not like to be pissed off. This little station here, I'm going to go ahead and sit down since we're off that side here. This is my little office area. This little station right here, you got to have a good scale. I actually keep these on here. These are felt cloths for, you know, cleaning discs, but whenever I'm weighing a big box, I actually use that support. It tapers out, zeroes out to where I can actually put something on here and it's not going to fall over or hit the sides, and it works perfectly. So there's that. I keep my Q-tips. You know, if you deal with cartridge-based games, I always test before I list, and before they go out, I do like to give them a good cleaning so the customer gets it, and it's usually works every time for them as long as their console's clean. This is another extremely important investment if you are going to start an eBay business. This is a thermal printer. This is the LP2844. This was like 140 bucks. It's a thermal printer, never uses ink, and it has cartridge rolls similar like receipt paper, and when you print it, it has a sticky back. You peel it, put it on your package, and you are done. There's no taping, there's no cutting. Very simple, very easy. I can burn through, you know, if it's busy. We had a busy weekend and I got 20 or 30 packages to run through, you know, the night before that I didn't get done, and one night that I need to just burn through. That'll just bzz, 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 have my package list. I can tape them, or not tape them, but peel the sticky, and it's done. It's very simple, very quick. Get that. That is awesome. But if your operation is not that big yet, it's not going to hurt you to have a regular printer. I keep this because I do like to print my USPS scan form. It makes it easier for them and easier for me. They scan it one time, all the packages are done. My computer is nothing special. It is an iBuyPower. I got this whenever I thought I was going to try again to game on the PC. It did not work well. I'm just not a PC gamer. But we've converted it and used it for our eBay business, which works. And look at this. You'll notice that this is backwards. Actually, for whatever reason, whenever I was using this to game on, you can hold this down or click it some special way, and it would hold lock for like running. It wouldn't work unless I switched it for whatever reason, so I never switched it back. Up now you'll find that there's not yet, at least our operation is not big enough to where I'm losing track of things. I have listings scattered all over. I have some up here, you know, some sealed GameCube games, a few PS1 games, some random things. There's that Mario Bros. I was talking about. I got that listed up. But I do have listings everywhere. We have shelving everywhere for it. And there's no real rhyme or reason yet. Like I said, our operation's not big enough to where I've lost track of this stuff. I'm usually good at finding everything that I've listed. Over here, this is some not direct ship, but this is some brand new merchandise that I got for very cheap that I have. And what's good about that is you can make one listing and you have several listings, which is very good. Some hook sets, some ALC sandblast kits, some cleaners, that sort of thing. I had this system where I would take a console. I got a lot of consoles listed. And by the way, if you need to check out my YouTube store, or not my YouTube store, but my eBay store, it's Zelda to Zebras 123. Check it out. If you're a subscriber, send me a message. I always do good deals for my subscribers. They have supported this channel for a long time, and I'm here for that. But I got a lot of consoles on my listings, and I put them in bags, test them. I leave them in the bag so that Everything's confined. Now, if it's big enough, I'll actually have them in a big box, one of these priority mail boxes back here. You get friendly enough at the post office that will give you a couple of these. We take these whenever we take packages. It makes it easier when you're carrying 30 packages in there. You ain't got to have them in bags. There's a few books. I don't do books much unless it's a book that I know will sell. Books sit for a long time. Back here is, this is how I take all my pictures. These boards are like 50 cents to $1. You unfold them, they're white, put one on the bottom. It's a very nice looking setup for pictures. There's actually a freshly refurbished NES that I did. Big GameCube lot. That bubble wrap, never buy bubble wrap in the store. I order that from eBay. It's like 25 bucks, I don't know, for a whole lot of bubble wrap. And that's a big thing of bubble wrap, as you can tell by my hand. Poly mailers are the same way. I always order mine. Don't ever buy these from the store. Buy them in bulk. You will always have some, and it ain't going to cost you but 10 cents a piece for them. There's a PlayStation 1 lot. These are all individual games. Very few of them are in lots, I don't think. Let's see. Sometimes I'll leave notes on them like this. It says change case, because I remember the inside of the case was broke. I don't like my customers to receive bad stuff. I have good feedback. I like to keep it that way. Some more listings, but yeah, this is all just random listings. Like I said, I can keep track of all this stuff fairly well. This is where I keep my handhelds, Game Boys, calculators, that sort of thing. They sell really well. Up here we got some of the bigger items that you just can't put anywhere. Those are my wife's mannequins for shoes. Rotary phones always do well. Magic erasers, buy these, order them on eBay. They'll save your life when it comes to cleaning a console or a cartridge. Here's some more shipping supplies other than duct tape. These are the rolls of thermal printer tape, actual tape, and some more of those cleaner cloths. Since I have the, here's another rack of some random listings that I have. Nothing too huge. I try to keep what we sell, I try to replace. And since we technically don't have much room now, you know I am good at fitting stuff in small areas. Check out my smallest game room tour and you'll be like, damn, that's a lot of stuff to fit in there. But it gets unorganized when you do something like this. So when we move, I'm definitely going to expand this to a huge operation to where me and her can quit doing our jobs full time and slowly, you know, work doing this full time, maybe do our jobs part time, because we're doing extremely well with this. I don't have much room. I had to get rid of my big toolbox. I keep a lot of stuff in storage, so I keep some tools in here that I would find myself using a lot. In this closet, let's see here. I think that's a coat my wife's got listed. This is her closet as far as other listings are concerned. It's going to be hard to see in here. I don't know if I can make the room. Let's see. Yeah, she's got shoes, this really cool shoe rack. And then she's got clothes all the way up through there that she has listed. She does really well with that. She's good at picking out clothes and shoes and sell those and make a profit. She'll get a pair of shoes for $1 and sell them for $40. I can take that all day long. And we also got the closet in our bedroom dedicated to other listings, more clothing. Clothing is great to sell and list because it takes up very little room, and it is very profitable. It's usually under £1, cheap to ship, and if you got an eye for it, you can usually do very well with it. But I think that's it. I use these storage bins here. Let's see, one of these, that one down there has empty cases that I use. Like I said, that one said change case. I'll grab a good one down there, replace it, and change it and make it look good. There is another little toolbox here, as well as a trash can. Let's see, this is a pack full of batteries that I like to, they were cheap. They were like 30 cents a packet. And if I sell a Game Boy or something, I do like to give them a fresh set so they can at least play it when they initially get it. Like I said, I'm very keen towards customer service. I like that aspect about our store. And that's really about it. You'll see some wood chunks here. I'm an avid smoker of meats during the summer, and we just haven't had time, especially since it's as cold as it is, to do any smoking. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and if you have, make sure you leave a like. That is showing me so much support. I can't believe how much this channel is growing, and all the support I have been getting on my recent videos. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, check out my eBay store. Like I said, if you're a subscriber, I always do good deals for my subscribers because they have been with me since the beginning, and my new ones are just as awesome. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.